What is AFCON? Just like Europe and America, the African continent has its own competition that happens every 2 years. This competition is a mix of ambiance, drama, and joy that the world has been increasingly attracted to. Since its creation, the African Cup of Nations has given birth to football nations such as Egypt and Cameroon. The competition has been where great players like Drogba, Eto'o, and George Weah have done amazing things for their nations. A few months ago, the 2023 AFCON happened in the French-speaking country of Ivory Coast, and the football world was not ready for the spectacle. 2023 AFCON, Ivory Coast Dream Win. The Ivory Coast has become more popular in recent decades thanks to the number of good players representing the nation on the European stages. Two of their best players have been Drogba, who is the rival of Eto'o, and Yaya Toure, who is arguably the best African midfielder in recent decades. They were both part of the Golden Generation who qualified Ivory Coast for their first World Cup in 2006. The country is also known for its hospitality and entertainment, making it a strong tourist spot. However, most of the population only speaks French. With the solid economic boom and good political stability, the Confederation of African Football designated Ivory Coast to organize the 2023 Cup edition. The country went all out and invested about $1 billion to create a few more stadiums and upgrade its previous 2 stadiums. The result was nothing but incredible. The stadiums were beautiful, with natural grass fields that received no complaints during the competition. When a host country invests vast amounts of money, it wants its football team to deliver and at least reach the semifinals to keep the attendance high in the stadiums. However, you will not imagine how roller coaster-like the competition was for the Ivorian team. Starting the competition as one of the favorites, they had 1 win and 1 loss before their last group stage match. Their last game was against Equatorial Guinea, which was the weaker team on paper, with players like Seko Fofana, Willy Bolly, and Nicola Pepe. Ivory Coast still lost 4-0, causing a national heartbreak for the whole nation. At that moment, the Ivorian team was out of the competition. However, they still had a glimmer of hope because teams like Ghana and Zambia had not yet played their match. To make the competition more competitive, the CAF decided before the 2023 edition to allow the top 4 of the third-ranked teams of all groups to go through to the next stage. Surprisingly, Ghana drew after leading by 2 goals in the last minute of their third game. On top of that, Morocco beat Zambia to finish first in their group. This combination of lucky events allowed Ivory Coast to get in the top 4 of the worst teams qualified. This was fate, and the Ivorians could not believe it. Unfortunately, they had no time to rest because they were against the former champion, Senegal. After losing the nation's support, the Ivorians pulled another miracle with a comeback at the last minute and eliminated Senegal in the penalty shootout. Was it a fluke? No one knows, but the team was getting more confident. The quarterfinal was much crazier. Ivory Coast was playing against a robust Malian team. Thanks to relentless attacks, Mali caused a penalty they missed, and a few minutes later, an Ivorian defender was shown a red card. Playing with 10 men, Ivory Coast kept the score to 0-0 until the 71st minute when they conceded a goal from a long shot. The Ivorian team did not show any sign of desperation like they used to. They kept playing and tied the game in the 90th minute. Then they played the whole additional time and scored once more in the 123rd minute, winning most dramatically. At this point, the hope of winning the competition in front of their home fans became more serious. In the semifinal against Congo, Ivory Coast showed its most complete football by controlling most of the game and winning 1-0. It was time to play the finals against Nigeria, which became the most feared team in the competition. In a typical Ivorian way, they won again by doing a remontada. Isn't that hilarious? They beat Nigeria, the team that gave them their first loss 2-1 in front of 80,000 people in attendance. The Ivorian fans went wild worldwide, living a true underdog story. In a competition that captivated the world, a few players rose to the top and used AFCON as a springboard to get to the top of world football. Some players to keep an eye on include Victor Osimhen. The first player, Victor Osimhen, was nominated for African Football of the Year. He is a fearsome Nigerian striker who idolized Drogba and wants to be one of the best strikers in the world. After returning from AFCON, he now has 5 goals in 3 matches with his club Napoli. He is getting into top form and might be on his way to the English Premier League this summer. The next player is the Ivorian youngster Adingra, the rising star of the AFCON. He had 2 assists in the final and was the MVP of the match. Playing with Brighton in the Premier League, he is now picking up steam and getting more renowned. You can expect Brighton to get a lot of cash if they sell him to a top-tier team. The other one is Kosunu, an Ivorian center back playing for Bayer Leverkusen. He and his team are currently on top of the Bundesliga with 10 points in front of Bayern Munich. He has been stellar for both country and club and is a player to keep on your radar. The last player is Brahim Diaz. Although he has dual citizenship with Spain and Morocco and has now decided to play for the Moroccan national team. Even though he did not play in the AFCON in Ivory Coast, he has been incredible for Real Madrid since the beginning of the season. The Moroccan team just added another elite player to their squad, and we can expect them to be on their A game during the 2025 AFCON happening in their country. Where would you rank the AFCON in the recent most entertaining continental competitions? We rank the Euro first, the AFCON second, the Copa America third, and the Asian Cup fourth. Please let us know your ranking in the comments section, and thank you for watching.